7 reasons why you should never mess with quiet people. Some might think that quiet people suffer more in this noisy world. But let me tell you, just because someone is reserved doesn't mean they're weak or easy to mess with. In fact, their silence often conceals a deep well of wisdom and fortitude. And if you try to underestimate or manipulate them, you might be in for some unexpected consequences. Here's why you should never mess with quiet people. Number 1, they are observant and know a lot more than they let on. These folks might not be the life of the party, but you definitely want them on your side. Why? Well, for starters, they're incredibly observant. They might not say much, but they're taking everything in. They have a way of picking up on things that others might miss, and they remember everything you say. Trust me, they know a lot more than they let on. Number 2, they understand the power of words. Quiet people are aware of the impact that words can have, whether positive or negative. So they think things through before voicing their opinions. Because of this, they are often incredibly insightful, and when they do speak up, you better listen. At the same time though, they also recognize the power of silence. Sometimes, choosing not to say anything can be just as impactful as speaking up. Silence can be used to convey a variety of emotions and messages, including straight-up disapproval. Number 3, they're not as gullible as they might appear. Sometimes it might seem like they're not paying attention or that they're easy to fool, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Since quiet people are very perceptive, they're able to see through people's BS. They may not call you out on it right away, but they'll definitely remember what you did and be less likely to trust you in the future. So, if you're trying to pull a fast one on a quiet person, think again. They're not as gullible as they might appear to be, and you might just end up regretting it. Number 4, they maintain a low profile for a reason. Quiet people often have a more reserved and introverted personality, so they're not as open or forthcoming with information. They tend to keep their cards close to their chest and don't reveal much about themselves. This can make it hard to get a read on them or understand their thought process or motivations. At the same time, if you try to push them out of their shell or force them to reveal more than they're comfortable with, they may become defensive or shut down entirely. It's always better to just respect their boundaries and not poke around too much unless you want to risk getting on their bad side. Number 5, they have great emotional control and stability. One reason you definitely don't want to mess with quiet people is that they can be really good at keeping their cool under pressure. If you try to intimidate or provoke them, they may not react in the way that you expect. This is because they have a lot of inner strength and resilience and don't let their emotions get the best of them easily. In fact, they're often very good at staying calm and collected in stressful or challenging situations. They tend to have a lot of self-control and a strong ability to think clearly even when others are panicking or losing their cool. And this can make them a formidable opponent if you try to mess with them or push their buttons. Number 6, they don't care what other people think. Quiet people have a strong sense of identity and are comfortable with who they are without feeling the need to prove themselves to anyone. They are incredibly confident in their abilities and decisions, so they don't seek validation from others. And since they don't base their self-worth on what others think of them, negative comments or opinions don't have the same impact on them as they might on others. They are not easily swayed by peer pressure or the need to conform to societal norms. This means that they are less likely to be affected by bullying or criticism, and are more likely to stay true to themselves and their beliefs. Number 7. They are not afraid to walk away. Quiet people tend to be very self-aware and introspective, and they know what they want and what they don't want in life. If someone is not treating them well, or a situation is not serving their best interest, they're not afraid to cut ties and move on. They are not willing to compromise their own happiness or well-being just to please others or avoid conflict. And this can be a real wake-up call for those who take them for granted or underestimate their strength. Although quiet people are often misunderstood and underestimated, they actually possess a unique set of qualities that make them a force to be reckoned with. Their strong sense of self-awareness, combined with their observant nature and the ability to handle difficult situations with dignity, are just a few reasons why you should never mess with them. So, the next time you encounter a quiet person, remember that their silence is not a weakness, but rather a sign of incredible inner strength. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends, so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the notification bell.